Good morning, everybody. My camera ain't working out for me right now. Yeah, I think it's working. Over here at Farm Day, we were supposed to get over here a little earlier. It's about almost 8 o'clock now, but somebody had to sleep in this Sunday morning. But I ain't gonna say nothing because she's over here to help me. I don't know if you can see the sun's right. Yeah, she's done her working. We already got the mill fired up. I'm gonna have to change the cables on those batteries because they're not big enough to carry the load. It's pulling way too much, getting my cables hot. I'm having to use jumper cables and everything else to try to compensate. I'm thinking it's just partially a cable size thing because those are not big enough. They're not big enough diameter. I made those. They're kind of small. You know those small cheap jumper cables that you get? They're about that size. I'm not really sure what gauge they are, but I got some bigger cable at the house. I just got to get the connectors for it. That being said, we're going to try to saw some this morning before it gets too hot. Sun's already out. Hurricane Ida is coming up. If anybody's watching this that's down that way, please be careful. We've seen it on the news this morning. It's supposed to be pretty bad. I don't want to see anybody get any damage done, but it looks like it's going to be. I'm going to saw hopefully today, work on this tractor some. I might get some video of that. We'll probably do it in 2 different parts. But yeah, I don't think anybody's even seen the tractor. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, we got a 30-acre farm here. I got an old Meta sawmill that we're going to up and run today. I've not run this much. I just got some of the major adjustments done. I'm hoping she does good today. I think everything's adjusted and tuned. Drag chain's working. All the adjustments done to the mill, so hopefully she'll hold. But we got a log on there. Should be ready to go. Here comes my beautiful wife. She's the one that does all the camera editing, everybody. You about ready?
I don't know.
Anyway, we'll set the camera up and see how she does. We got to get enough stuff sawed to finish the floor that's out on the mill, and then eventually we're going to saw enough to do all the sawmill. So yeah, stick with us. You want to load them?
No matter.
Up to you. Whatever you feel like. Why are you recording there?
Why not?
I need a battery. If they wasn't $300, I'd have done bought one. $300 is a lot to spend on a boat.
Yep.
So, from what I can read, the mill is throwing too much sawdust back toward me. I don't know if it's a speed thing or an adjustment thing. It seems to be sawing awfully straight, so I don't think it's an adjustment, but it might be just a little bit needing to turn the blade lead in or lead out. Might have to do a little reading and research because it's throwing a lot of sawdust back toward me. And it could just be that species of wood just real fuzzy. It's white pine, so I don't know. I'll have to ask around. But you want to get another one? Huh?
Go ahead.
I thought you was getting. Keys is on the motor down there.
Oh,
Don't turn it off. I ain't got a battery hooked to it. Oh. Good times, good times. It's already starting to get hot. It's humid. Really bad here. Anybody that's in North Carolina right about now, you know how hot it is and humid it is out here. I mean, I'm not saying there's not hotter. Out west is literally on fire, but it's pretty warm here. I need to get me something to drink. I reached in the truck to get something to drink, and I grabbed her lemon water. Ooh. So, I don't know if you can hear me. I'll step away from the logs while she's getting one right now. But the only board that really was thin, or off, I should say that, is the last board. And anybody that's done any sawing knows that a lot of wood, don't matter the species or whatever, there's a certain amount of tension on it from the get-go, from out of the woods. And it's the way it grows, the side of the heel it grows on, the sun pool, all that good stuff. And as you start taking wood away, and its fibers away from each other, the wood will actually start to twist a little on its own. It'll start to bow. You can't do nothing about it. And she killed the tractor. Anyway, it'll just start bowing on its own. So, and what it is it's releasing the spring tension. And all the boards will be relatively good because it'll start flowing with that curve. It'll start getting just a little bit, but the last one will always be the worst. You know, all of them will be pretty good, but you'll have the last one maybe, so I've seen some even on my band mill, so they ain't actually the thing. You'll have some that's just off an inch because it bows so hard. And you can walk them down, like the band mill, I've actually walked them down, but a lot of times they'll get off even worse, and you'll have every board off. So I always just sacrifice that last one and say, you know, it is what it is. with that right there, that's all we're having to load right now for the tractor. Get my hand out of here. Eventually, I'm going to have a walk path here about 28-30 inches down through there, all the way in. And then over here, I'm going to have a couple posts sunk in the ground and have a loading deck back here where we can actually load logs up. And I want to fix it up to where it's got a hydraulic, just a small hydraulic pump that lays down an actual loader where we can lay it down, roll them on there, raise it back up, and I can walk down through there and actually dog it down and turn it and all that stuff. But for the moment, this will work. So yeah. Idled it down too low. Put too much of a load on.
I thought it had a thing on it.
What?
To keep it from,
A governor?
to keep it from going too far.
Okay, so we was just had the camera set up, was ready to daggone start everything up, and all the engine controls is on her off bar side, and she started revving it up before she engaged the mill. Well, that's hard on the belts, so she idled it down really low, really quick, and went to engage them, and it killed it. So we go try to crank it back, not enough juice in the batteries. For anybody that calls it juice, electricity, whatever you want to call it. That being said, I go to try to jump it off and my cables are getting hot. So it's trying to pull way too much for this diesel motor. It's just pulling it too hard. The jumper cables I got is, as you can see, they're a better quality than some. They're a thicker quality, but they have seen the better days. They got a lot of wear in there. I've repaired them a couple different times. But the problem is these cables. These cables are really thin wire. I don't even know. They might be a 5 gauge. They're thick in a wire sense, but they're not thick enough to be put on this. I put it on there because that's what I had. So I got some big cable at the house. That stuff is getting too hot. It's just pulling it down too quick and getting them hot to where it can't move the power through it. Anybody knows anything about electricity, what little bit I know, smaller the cable, everything gets hot and it don't pull the correct amount of amps to it to get the power right. It's trying to pull too many. That being said, I got some stuff at the house. We're going to probably run by the store and get the actual connectors. I'll put it on and we'll try it again. We'll probably put another battery in and I'll probably work on the tractor the rest of the day because by the time we get back, as you can see, the sun is up and my shirt is already soaked with sweat just from one log. Told you we should have got out here earlier. She just stuck her tongue out of it. So, yeah, we might get back out here this evening a little bit if shade comes over or if the sun gets in the right place. But we got a lot of work to get done on her tractor anyway. So, I mean, it's all stuff that needs done. These logs that we're sawing right now, they got a bunch of wormholes in them anyway. They will be used, but they're not anything for the house. They're just stuff for the barn that we're just slapping together. The stuff I'm going to go get tomorrow and try to get down here, hopefully, is a lot more important. They won't have the worms and stuff in them, so they'll need to get the bark and stuff off of them and put it into canks as quickly as possible. So they'll be more important. So yeah, I'll let you know how it goes. See ya.